Hey, everybody, this is Sean Donnelly, one of the hosts of the Defend Your Movie podcast. Unfortunately, due to unforeseen circumstances this week, we will be having a repeat episode, I'm sorry to say, but it's an amazing one. It's the live one that we did with Ron Bennington, Amy Schumer, and Sal Vulcano. It's a killer. We were so excited to have these people on the show. It's a super funny show. We did the Fat Black Pussycat, one of the Comedy Cellar rooms in New York City. It's a lot of fun, so if you haven't listened to it yet, take a listen. If you listen to it again, take a listen again, and we will be back next week, and we will talk to you soon. Thanks so much, and enjoy the episode.
In a world full of movie podcasts, here is one more. Welcome to Defend Your Movie with Sean Donnelly.
The time has come again. The champion must end. Only one of us. Victoria! So stand up and fight, my friend. There's a title you must defend. Shut it along, bring it to me. Defend your movie.
Oh my God, so exciting. How are you guys? Comedy Cellar at the Fat Black Pussycat. How you feeling, everybody?
Tipsy.
You are tipsy, okay.
Oh boy,
That'll make for
got a real
shitty fucking
talker
night.
right up front.
Oh, jeez.
Did you know this is what you were coming to?
No.
You're like, are you
Stuff in the back.
Well, let me introduce
tucked in
ourselves.
the back?
Hold on, let me introduce
All right.
us. I am Sean Donnelly. This is Andy Fiore.
Thank you so much, everybody.
We host a podcast called Defend Your Movie, and you guys are at a live recording of that podcast. Sound good? What do you think? Yes.
you guys
you
are going to
guys-
be a large part of it. So we
You
need-
guys are a large part of this podcast, even though you have no idea about the podcast.
right.
But we really appreciate you coming out and checking it out. We have a bunch of amazing guests. It's an insane lineup. Is anybody here listening to the podcast? I'm hoping here. That's awesome.
Thanks for lying.
That was the saddest amount of clapping ever. That was crazy. The way it goes down, it's a movie podcast, but we pit two movies against each other usually on the episode. So one person takes one person takes the other. They go to the death and they fight it out with movies. Sound good? What do you think? Yes?
Yeah. It's going to be a lot of fun. We got a
And,
nice Halloween spooky October edition.
Yes, and it's hosted by two guys who almost look exactly alike.
Yeah.
That's what we're trying to go for. A real.
Everything is really similar.
This is a real warehouse worker vibe we have going here. I look like the front office guy, and he looks like.
Not your boss.
No, not your
But
boss.
like, I got fired because I drank on the job too much.
Yeah.
You know, but we still keep in touch.
Yeah.
You know? How's it going down there? Say hi to John.
Well, thank you for coming out, Andy. How was your week?
It's been good, man. I had a kind of a crazy star-studded week.
And what happened?
I was on a date, and
How did you meet the guy?
first
off,
date
how'd
on
you meet?
Bumble.
Bumble.
Online. I thought you looked familiar. See what? She really
Bumble.
does.
That was the first. That was the first cheering for Bumble I've ever heard in my life. She's like,
I know. You work for them?
she's like, sad dating.
I'm sponsored.
Do you work for Bumble? Not yet. Wow, that's a girl on a
It's
mission.
good to have dreams.
That's pretty
You know?
good. So you met the girl on Bumble.
Met the girl on Bumble, started doing that whole chat, if you will, and then...
What's your opening line on Bumble? if I
No,
can ask
the
you that?
girl has to open.
Oh,
It's
that's
the
right.
best thing ever.
What was hers?
It's the greatest.
What was her opening line for you?
Oh, what was her opening line for me?
Do you remember?
I have such a dumb, cheesy profile. Everybody's like, I love to travel and I love
Yeah.
exploring the outdoors. Mine is like, hates traveling. I like the indoor, like something awfully idiotic because it's ironic and hilarious.
For some reason on Bumble, why do all you girls you love to explore? Why is everybody... Every girl on Bumble, I want to explore.
There's a lot of exploring going on.
Yeah, it's like easy, Magellan. Everything's been conquered, okay? Everything is done. We're done exploring. You're not fucking Vasco da Gama. You're on a dating app. Relax.
We're out of explorers. I don't know anymore.
So you met her.
We met her. We go out. We take her to a bar, and we're sitting there. And I go. She's talking. She's giving me the spiel, and I go, "Hey, I don't mean to interrupt you, but is that Billy Crudup in the middle of the bar?
Holy
you guys
shit.
know Billy like from Big Fish and Almost Famous?
Almost famous. He's a dreamboat, right? Does every
He's
girl in here
sweetie.
know Billy Crudup?
I didn't look
This
at
guy
my
does
date
not.
for the rest of the evening. I was just kind of looking at him the whole time. So it was confirmed. It was him. And then I go, hey, I'll do you one better. He's talking to Sam Rockwell.
Jesus Christ.
I know. Like,
This is
crazy.
Like a Mount Rushmore
New York City,
character.
I guess.
Yeah.
So there's a guy sitting with his back to us now, and he's got like a hat, and he's kind of like, we can't see who it is. We're like, who's that guy? That's got to be somebody cool. That's a great trio. And they get up.
It's
and
just Charlie Sheen.
It's good to see he's out there.
Yeah. Charlie Sheen's
Winning.
He's got to get a break, right?
So I don't know. I'll give you guys. So it was. It's a guy who's portrayed a long time character, like over time. He's like the newest, latest version of that character.
Who do you think it is? If you had to
anybody
guess,
know?
who would you say it is?
Like a different actor has played this same character for a lot. Oh, somebody! I heard it over there.
Will
Will Ferrell never played 007. A movie I want to see, though. But yeah, Daniel Craig. That's who it was. It was Daniel Craig, Sam Rockwell, and fucking Billy Crudup. And that's Daniel Craig in the back over there. Thanks for coming, DC. No, but isn't that a cool, like, I can't go out with her anymore, though.
And
'Cause I'm like,
when you knew that, did you go over and say anything?
No, we didn't. They were leaving to
just-
do movie star stuff.
I love picturing Andy, who's like, you're fucking like 6'2", right?
Well, 4, but
You're
who's
just-
counting? I'm not counting.
Just Andy in the corner of a bar, like, oh my god, that's Daniel Craig. The girl's like, yeah, so I'm from Montana. He's
I'm like, babe,
fuck
shut
you,
it,
that's
but-
Daniel Craig.
James Bond.
That's so exciting. Well, let me tell you this, and keeping a great segue to this, we have a movie star tonight for our first guest. You guys want our first guest? What do you think? We think we should bring her up? What do you think? Yeah?
Yeah, let's get her in here.
This is a big get for the podcast. You all know her. She's fucking hilarious. Guys, please have a bit warm welcome for Amy Schumer, everybody. Give it up for Amy Schumer.
Oh, thank
Have
you.
a seat. Have a seat.
It's such an honor.
God.
Thank you. I've been dying to do this. Thank you for having me. I'm a huge fan of the podcast, and I'm very excited to be
Thanks,
here.
Abe.
And I got the 007 answer.
Was that you?
That was me.
Oh,
Nice.
that's pretty good. Have you met Daniel Craig?
I've met Daniel Craig, and I've met Sam Rockwell.
And
Yeah. Yeah, Esper. We went to the same. We went to the same school to learn acting.
oh, really?
Yeah.
Weird you knew that, though. I'm not...
Did you go? Oh, okay, cool. Hi, guys.
that's
Yeah, I
Amy's
really recommend it. If you want to get trained and like learn how to act,
Yeah. I mean,
you should do it.
That's pretty great.
William Esper Studio.
And
But
what-
Towson, another place. Everywhere I went to school, we get back to Montessori. Somebody. But what I want to say, did you hear about Pierce Morgan belittling Daniel Craig for
Yes, I
carrying
did.
the baby in the
Yes.
front?
Yeah.
That was some bullshit, huh?
I thought he made that fucking baby born look cool as shit.
Yeah.
He did. I wanted to buy a baby born after I saw it.
Right?
Yeah.
But just so you know, women, like, that's the hottest thing to us. Like, a guy, one time I
Really?
saw Matt Damon holding his daughter's little pink backpack, and I was like, never wetter. I have to change my pants.
Just sploosh.
But you know what's so funny about that is you have to have the kid for that to be really cute because otherwise it's just like a weird razor or something.
Yeah, you can't really get away with it.
Where's the little one? He's just with his mom.
You just look like a Molly dealer.
And don't try it with a dog. Don't try it with a dog.
No, not with the dog.
It's not cute.
That's when it becomes creepy. What about guys with small dogs? Is that creepy?
Okay, so I've been really thinking about this a lot. You guys, this is a podcast. I've been thinking about this a lot. Like, you know, there's this movie called The Mask You Live In, and it's about masculinity.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a documentary.
Come on, Sean.
Yeah, no. So you should really watch it because it really just shows how much. So for me, I think if I see a guy with a little dog, I'm like gay. But honestly, that's not true. That's just because, you know, these things have been drilled in our heads.
Absolutely.
Want
Yeah.
men.
So
yeah.
did you change your mind? Now you see a little dog, you're like, might be a badass.
Oh yeah. Seriously, it really changed my thinking.
I have a bulldog, English bulldog.
Yeah.
Gay.
And, no, just kidding. English and gay. And people don't think I'm tough. They just every time they see me with them, they're like, "You just look like your bulldog."
I know. That really happens, right?
Yeah.
I have like a shitty little like poodle, like not a show poodle, like she
Like a multi-poo?
No, she's a toy poodle, but she's scraggly.
Yeah.
Thank you. She looks shitty, and like we do kind of just look shitty together.
She's like, yeah, I'm just
Sure.
not going to wash my hair today.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
exactly. Yesterday's makeup's on her.
Well, thank you for doing this. You're
Thank
so
you.
kind
Yeah,
for
thanks,
coming
Dave.
and doing this. You wrote a post the other day on Instagram where you listed your favorite movies.
Yeah.
And we want to talk about your top 5 movies.
I was hoping
basically.
you would notice me. I've been trying to fucking pique your interest to get
The
me on the
elusive Donald
podcast.
likes on Facebook.
Was that
Yeah.
your girl getting
That
on
was
Defend Your
it.
Movie? Yeah,
Yeah.
right.
You're still on Facebook way too much. You're in their 40s now. It's time to give it up.
I should be
No,
on.
don't you shame him.
What?
No, but
That
it
was-
does at a certain point. It gets to be a bummer. But I don't think 40's it.
No, I think I'm right on the cusp, maybe.
Yeah,
but
Yeah, I think you got enough. You got like 6 months. So really get your thoughts out there.
Yeah, no, yeah. The other, you were posted like, I miss Sunnyside.
I
Frown.
I did post that. Yeah, that when I'm sad, I write stuff on Facebook.
They have
So
the
weird.
obstructive
I'm sorry, I got real
mucus.
weirdly quiet.
Yeah.
It's a personal issue
I got
between me.
distracted.
But if you had to say, if you had
Yeah.
to go for your top 5.
Okay,
but
I'm
we
gonna
do a
be totally honest.
Also, we do a thing on the podcast called
Okay.
the Flip Test, which I think is pretty cool, where if you're watching TV on a Sunday
Yeah.
and you see a movie that you'll flip back to and you'll keep for the whole time, no
Yeah.
matter what. No
Can't
matter how many
change it.
times
Oh,
you
there's
see
a
Change the
bunch.
channel.
I love that question.
Okay, cool.
Ooh, okay, let's start with that question.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so there's some movies like I've kind of made an agreement with myself. Like, well, I'm watching this. It's a bunch though.
Okay.
The Birds.
Ooh.
Wow.
And I don't know, and
wouldn't
it's
expect
long. It's not a good.
It is.
It's not
Yeah.
a good idea. Like
No.
I regret it
That's
every
an investment
time.
every time, yeah.
Yeah, it's a hocus pocus,
Oh, Hocus Pocus got brought up today.
and they've been running that on
October.
TLC.
It's a big Hocus
October.
Pocus month.
That's
yeah,
when
you
Bette
can
Midler
get.
was still in movies.
I know.
Yeah, I miss Bette Midler. in
Bette
movies.
Midler, you should have seen her in Hello, Dolly.
My mom saw her and
Did
she
she?
loved her, and my
It was
mom
amazing.
called me up just to rave about Bette Midler.
Yeah.
It was like
She called me.
It was
Well, that
it
was for a
was so
different reason.
fun,
That was
like
fun.
to just see like a star, just be a star. Like she would just like wave her hand, and everyone would be like, "Oh!" You know, just I mean, standing O's throughout, standing
Really?
O's. Did you guys see the theater people? No, it was crazy.
I also heard that my mom was freaking out because she had off the cuff moments.
Yes.
Where literally in the middle of the show, she said she was like, "Oh, this costume is hot." And she went back, and
Yeah.
everybody freaks out. 'cause it's
Everyone
Bette
bugs
Midler.
out. You
That's
love
a
every
show.
second. She improvised this one part where she was eating wings, and she would do it for I think like 10 minutes. And it was written as, because then I went back and saw Bernadette Peters. Am I a gay guy? I saw Bernadette Peters do the same play, and it was like a throwaway that she was eating. But
Yeah, but she did
10
it. She was
minutes.
like, "I'm going to enjoy these
Yeah,
wings."
they just tried to
yeah.
make each other laugh.
That's how good wings are. You will stop a Broadway play to have wings.
God, I want wings. I want to stop this play to have wings.
Look at who you're looking at. I'm like, yeah, obviously.
Well, the wings here are so good.
I would love to see Bette
You've been
Midler
eating
wings.
healthy.
I have been eating
have.
healthy.
You've been eating healthy.
I've been
Good
getting
for you.
better. Thank you very much. I've been having grilled chicken and string beans.
I'm going
all
the other
time.
way with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's also a thing whenever I do something healthy, I let the world know. So I'm telling people
Yeah.
constantly, I'm like, yeah, trying to get healthy. It's like a little bit obnoxious. But
Well,
I'm
people
getting better.
take it as an insult. Like they immediately think about themselves. You
Yes,
know, they're like,
yes.
"What does this mean for how I'm eating?"
Yes.
You know, I know because I did that to you. I was like, "Oh, string beans, cool." Fucking asshole.
All right, so birds.
Okay, sorry,
Flip
birds.
test on the birds. Not for me.
Okay.
Food test I don't have on the birds, no.
Yeah,
Rear
bad.
window. Rear window.
Rear
food
window,
test.
definitely.
And that's also fitting with Halloween right now. Rear window. Have you seen Rear Window?
No.
Also
It's-
Hitchcock.
Also Hitchcock. It's a bad. Has anybody seen Rear Window before? Clap if you've seen it. That was very.
You
Well, that's
Wow.
people.
jerk
Okay.
off millennials.
It's like one of those movies that you watch that's like it's an older movie, but it's like the suspense it drags you in when you watch it.
Yeah.
I think I just like the feeling of it. Like a lot of the TV I watch now is either to stress me out or to like just keep me in like kind of a dull depression. Like I love that show Casual and Atypical. These shows that just kind of make you a little bit like, I won't kill myself today.
Yeah.
But you're not psyched. You don't like leave the episode feeling great.
But it's on the docket. But
Sure.
This anchors me.
It's like apathetic entertainment. where you just like-
Yeah, but then all the Real Housewives and 90 Day Fiance and The Bachelor, all these shows I just watch and I'm like actively disgusted at these people. Why do I want to do that? Why do I want to get stressed?
And you also, besides Hocus Pocus and Birds, what else would you say? Are your
I want to be honest. What else like could if it were on? I mean, Overboard.
Overboard.
How does that do on the
Overboard.
flip?
Oh my!
Original.
No,
Can I
Overboard.
catch you on the flip?
Always.
You're gonna
OG.
ask if it's of course OG.
I don't know, you might be a big Anna Faris.
Well, I do
crowd.
love her, but come on.
Overboard is one of those movies that I have a flip test. It passes the flip test for me.
Yes, for me
I'll
also.
watch
Okay,
it,
cool.
and it has one of the best comedic. What's his name? Edward
Russell.
Herman. Edward Herman plays
Oh, yeah.
the rich husband. Is like he was
Oh,
the dad
God.
on a TV show back
Yeah.
in the day, and he's one of the best comedic actors ever. He never gets his due.
He was hilarious.
He was
Wasn't he the
hilarious.
dad in
Nails it.
Richie Rich also? Maybe?
Yes, yes.
He was so good.
At one point, he like goes crazy and takes over the ship, and he goes, "I'm at sea," and I'm like, "God, at sea," and it's fucking hilarious.
I like that they left that in because
Maritime
probably when they filmed it, they were probably like, "That was a little crazy today." But then when in the edit room, they were like, "This is an interesting
really
choice."
funny.
Yeah,
Like we got it.
yeah. And then I don't know. I would have to, really. I can think of so many now. It's like, oh, if I went home and Adventures in Babysitting was on,
Oh, yeah.
or The Great Muppet Caper. Any Muppets, I usually.
My sister was just talking about Adventures of Babysitting. She's like, that movie would never get made nowadays. You've watched Adventures? You guys ever seen Adventures
People
of
are
Babysitting?
too scared of their kids getting
It's-
like raped.
Elizabeth Shue's in it. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah.
At one point, they're like these kids are just with this babysitter in the streets of Chicago. Like Vincent D'Onofrio looks amazing.
Oh, that's
in it.
right. He was
Yeah.
like super hot.
Vincent D'Onofrio from Criminal Intent and all those movies is like super young, and he has like long. They call him Thor. He has long Thor hair.
Yeah.
And it's
Yep.
just them running around Chicago. That would never get made these days because it's
No.
right. You know what I'm saying?
No, they really also they had a cool kind of race relationship thing. I
Yes,
thought
they did. Yes, the guy who was like the Grand Theft Auto guy, like the car thief.
Yeah.
They became friends with the car thief.
there
And then
weren't that many movies that. I mean, I guess it was more and more, but that had like a person of color be like kind of one of the heroes of the movie.
You're right.
You know?
So they were ahead of the time back then.
Ahead.
Yeah, I mean, but also then another one of the black guys was like, nobody leaves this place without singing the blues. So that they weren't that ahead of their time.
So you get ahead,
it was-
you go, all right.
yeah. I go, wait a minute, and the other guy who was a hero was a car thief.
You just had that guitar ready?
Yeah, I do withdraw all the racial awareness comments I made.
I feel like there's a lot of
Yeah.
movies like that couldn't get made again, like Bad News Bears.
So
they would
many.
never make again.
They
my
tried, but
God,
they just
so many.
They
It was
fail
so
every time.
bad. Yeah. Anything else that do you like any like the ones you mentioned
That I posted.
that you posted?
Oh, yeah.
Like, any other from there? Like is there
Oh.
guy movies? I think there was
Well,
one on
you-
there that was like a
God?
a guy, well, guyish type movie. Like
Oh, a guy movie.
like a guy flick. They have chick flick, guy flick.
See, no masculinity. This is why you need
I
to
know,
watch.
I
This
know.
is the movie you need to watch. The Mask You Live In. It'll really fuck you up.
I'll check it out.
But
Yeah,
you
Sean.
talked about Billy Crudup. My
Yeah.
absolute favorite movie is Jesus' Son.
Really?
Ooh, I never saw.
No
it.
one saw it, right?
Yeah, I remember when it
that's-
came
out.
Well, I feel bad about that. Yeah, then I guess I can't really talk about it. It's weird, but it's like everyone is in it. It's a crazy cast. It's
Sam Rockwell, Daniel Craig.
yeah. Wait, it was your actual. It sounds more like a dream that you had, but I
it
do
was
believe
crazy.
it.
Yeah.
No, those guys are like very
sounds
normal.
Like that's
actually.
your version of Trump's painting with all those.
Oh my god, the remake of
Just
that's
me in
pretty
it, too.
funny.
Let me ask you this, 'cause I'm really interested in this.
Yeah.
Now you're in movies now. You're a
I'm
movie
in some
star.
movies.
So
Oh, yeah.
did that change the way you watch movies after being in them, like knowing what the work that went into them?
Wow, I love that. It makes me yeah.
Okay.
Just like as a comic, like when someone's phoning it in or doing like I feel like it made me just watching the direction more.
Yeah.
Like
Totally.
I've learned about directing, and so it's like with this is boring, I think, but
No, it's
you.
not. No.
but,
I asked the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
So now that I know more about directing, like all of your choices should have a reason, not just to make it look like a cool shot, so that like some kid at NYU can jerk off to it. Like it should have a purpose, and it should drive the plot forward and create an effect. And the camera helps with the audience's experience. So a show or a movie where like they hit it a little too hard. Like for me, I really like the show Succession. But if you notice, they punch in like every shot to give you if it gets distracting, it's
Yeah.
So I noticed the
you
shots
notice the
more.
editing. That's when you know it's not done well.
Yeah,
Like, it
the
takes you out
shots,
of
the
it.
cinematography a little bit. Yeah,
Right.
like what shots. Yes.
So
yeah.
so from watching the directors, you go back and watch movies later on. You're like, oh, I know what they were thinking when they're going, more so than when you
like I
first watched
appreciate it a lot more.
Yeah, that's
I
really
thought I
cool.
was so important in front of the camera. You know, it's a little bit on set. You feel like an us versus them thing a little bit. You're like, did you get that, cameraman? It's like, bitch, you don't have a job without these cameramen. And they have to be really good. Like, there's a reason that they have these jobs and whatever. It's like, I really have learned so much about that.
That's awesome. That's really
the
great.
thing. You're like, oh, I could do that. And you get in the thing and then you don't realize it's not about just having a great performance. It's literally about you didn't hit your mark, and that's great. You cried for no reason, but we didn't get that.
Yeah.
You weren't and you're late at all. You know, it's very technical. So
There's a technical aspect to it that you don't think
yeah,
of when you're
so
watching.
much. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much
Amy
for doing
Schumer.
this.
Thank you for having me. Thanks, guys.
You're the best.
My pleasure.
We also do we do some games on the show. Sometimes we do a game called Movie Association. You guys know what word association is, right?
First
Where
word
you-
that pops. if we
first
say
word that
something-
pops in your head.
First word that pops in your head.
First thing, we want to do movie association. So we want to grab somebody from the crowd.
Does anybody
We're
wanna
gonna give you
volunteer?
movies, and you guys are going to get the first thing that pops in your head. What do you say? Should we do it?
Do we got a volunteer? Anybody? Don't be shy.
Who wants to come up and do movie association with us? Oh, who's back
You'll
there?
do it? Or-
Yes. Come on up. Come on
Get
up.
that Bumble girl
There
up
we go.
here.
Yes. Thank you so much. Here we go. We're
And,
gonna do
and your name, young lady?
Lizzie.
Lizzie. Give it up for Lizzie, everybody.
It's my fucking sister. Let's pull the curtain back on this. Boy, you really took advantage of knowing one of the hosts on this one, didn't you? Don't white girl raise the roof halfway. If you're going to do it, get the job done.
After meeting, I'm so much more attracted to Andy after meeting. I'm like, oh yeah, oh my
Did
god.
you shave, Andy? All right,
okay,
you know how the game's played.
You know how the
First
game's
word,
played?
don't cheat. First word that pops in your head.
Okay.
Okay, you
We
ready?
could even get somebody else if you
Are
want.
you guys? So it has.
It's like not my sister.
I mean, yeah, but just
You ready for this? Are you guys ready for movie association? It's the first thing pops in your head. Try to be as
don't
fast as
think,
possible.
no thoughts.
Okay.
Okay, you ready?
I'm ready.
Are we doing it too, or just her?
No, just her
Okay.
for right now. Yeah. We'll do. We're gonna do a page with her, and then I'm gonna do a page with you, Andy. That's what we're gonna
All
do.
right.
And we're gonna see who is faster on
The
the
whole
word on the
Fiore
movie
family.
association. All right, here we go.
My dad next.
We're starting off. Everybody, you want to take a breath? You got
I'm
it?
ready, I'm ready.
You guys are ready for movie association? Halloween.
Masks.
Ooh, The Shining.
Jack Nicholson.
Nightmare on Elm Street.
Masks.
Well, you're really going to the well already.
Really
Okay.
exhausted everything.
Friday the
Soon.
13th.
A Halloween costume Andy did when we were kids.
True story.
You just terrify
I
your
had the
neighbors.
good claw though too. Yeah.
Yes.
What do you think? Not an audience plant. Like, I didn't get some NYU actress like, hey, I'll give you $50. If you...
I absolutely raised my hand.
Ready? Child's Play.
I have no idea.
Hellraiser.
Scary.
The Exorcist.
Head spinning.
Head spinning.
Good one,
Oh, there you
good
go.
one.
Yeah, not bad. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, head spinning when I saw Andy for the first time.
All right.
That made no sense. Okay. Hereditary.
Most terrifying movie I've never seen.
Oh my god.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah. I purposely won't watch it because of how
Same.
scared people are. Yeah. Scream.
The Mask again. I know.
Yeah.
You gotta mix it up a little bit there, Elizabeth.
It's a mask-heavy genre.
Courtney Cox.
Courtney Cox.
Yeah.
There we go. Friends. I'll be there for you. Okay, here we go. The Babadook.
Vince Vaughn.
Is he in that?
No.
I was thinking Baba Ganoush. You know?
Oh, Baba Ganoush.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see it now.
Still don't
Where
see
does
how
it-
it's still
where does-
related, but
I thought you just had a nickname for Vince Vaughn.
he's my little Baba Ganoush.
Wedding Crashers. He
Wedding
calls-
Cra- yeah, I know. Yeah, I know.
yeah.
But I thought
You're
you just
steering away from the original.
yeah.
That's word association, though, right?
Fair.
It is word association. You ready?
I'm ready.
Get Out.
Just say black guy. Come on. What? We were all thinking it. I'm the one who said it. I got her off the hook.
Allison Williams.
Good brother right there. That's what that is.
Thanks, Andy.
You ready? Rosemary's Baby.
Never seen it.
Never seen it. Night of the Living Dead.
I'm bad at this game. I've never.
First word. First word.
Masks.
I know.
Nighttime.
Zombies. What about zombies?
Dead people.
All right, here we go. Carrie. Sex and
Pig's
the City.
blood. Pig's blood.
Pig's blood.
Pig's
Good
blood.
one.
There we
Good
go.
one. Good one.
Very good. Give it up
Yeah.
for Lizzie,
Lizzie,
everybody.
hey.
You're done. Yes. Thank you very much. You did a fantastic job. We would
Thank
love
you.
to see. And then we just have one page for my friend
I
Andy.
kind of want to let somebody else do it, though.
You want to go? Let's get somebody else. You guys see how it's done
Yeah,
now.
you were very eager.
You
Yeah,
wanna
get
come
up. What's your
come on
name?
up and do it.
Melissa, everybody. Give Melissa
Give
a
it
nice
up for
round of applause.
Melissa, everybody.
Hi, Melissa. My name's Andy.
You're going to do it this time, Andrew. You're going to do it, my
All
friend.
right, very cool. Yes, dear. No, I don't want French fries, but thanks for asking the chubby guy in the middle of his show if he wants French fries.
No, say whatever. Whatever comes to your mind.
All right, Melissa, everybody, you ready?
Hold on, really quickly.
Marissa.
Hold on, really quickly. She just goes, sorry if I say something fucked up.
No, that's what we're
What are you
here
going to
for.
say?
I don't know.
Andy
Who knows?
Andy already said
drink it.
black guy. You can't get any worse than
I
that.
would have said that though. So
Thank you, Marissa.
Yeah.
You're my favorite so far.
Okay,
Yes.
Marissa.
Okay.
Ready, Marissa?
Yeah.
The Omen.
I have no fucking idea.
Okay.
Oh, can I curse? Sorry.
Yes,
Yeah.
of course.
Okay, I don't know.
What is this fucking...
I don't know the rules.
It's not a Mormon show.
Remember, you can always fall back on black guy.
Yeah. Ooh.
The Ring.
Horses.
Blair Witch Project.
Witches. You must have not seen The Ring.
Poltergeist.
I don't know.
Marissa, you're not great at this game.
Ghost. I suck.
Pet Cemetery.
Dogs. I've never seen this.
You're just doing words that are in the tongue. Pet Cemetery. Pets. I don't know.
She's like, yeah, she's like,
What is
we're
that?
like,
Tools.
I don't watch scary movies. I fuck
But
up.
it's just first word. Don't think about it.
Oh,
we're
don't
like,
think.
we're like Halloween. She's like, Halloween.
Yeah. I've been drinking straight whiskey.
The Witches of Eastwick. Eastwick. I'm kidding. Go ahead. You have a couple more.
Shit.
Cabin in the Woods.
Yeah, cabin.
Shut the fuck up. Is English your second language? No, I'm kidding.
All right.
You would think, right? I don't watch scary movies. I should.
Well, thanks for volunteering for the
Yeah.
scary movie
They're
You
association.
saw how it went, and you knew how this was going to go.
I was thinking all the same things as your sister, so I was like, I got this. I was like, black people.
All right,
yeah.
you got 3 more to redeem yourself. Let's finish
God.
strong.
Okay,
All
ready? Here we go.
Yeah, I'm focusing.
Evil Dead.
Fuck.
First word.
Monster.
Okay. Paranormal Activity.
Oh, camera.
Cool.
Oh, there we go.
The Sixth Sense.
Dead people.
Great. Nice, strong finish, Marissa.
I haven't
so
seen
much,
that, but
Marissa.
Yeah, that was perfect.
no pop culture.
A big finish
Thank
for
you,
Marissa, everybody.
You're
How
great.
about that?
Thank you. Should we bring our next guest on?
Yeah, we're gonna bring.
Oh, yeah,
our
we get
next
2.
2 guests. You guys. Now we're gonna do the meat and potatoes part of the podcast where we defend a movie. Tonight is actually gonna be Psycho versus Halloween. What do you guys think of that?
Yeah.
Yes.
Shut
And
up,
we're so
Marissa. I know
excited.
you don't know him.
We're so excited to bring up our 2 buddies. You guys know who they are. They're fucking amazing. From the Bennington show. Please give it up for Ron Bennington.
Ron Bennington, everybody. Honey, buddy.
Yes, sir. And you know him from Impractical Jokers. Please bring up our friend Sal Vulcano.
Sal!
For Sal. This is a star-studded show today, folks.
I'm going to tell you the truth. I thought you were lucky to get me until I walked in here and saw Amy Schumer. I thought I was fucking tripping. How the hell did you book Amy Schumer to do this insane podcast? Then you're reading a list to Andy's sister. I'm like, get Amy back in here.
Also, I'm going to need some more microphone slack.
Well, for the podcast listeners, it's very long cord on the podcast.
Yes.
Thank you guys so much for doing this.
Dude,
Yeah, thanks, guys.
I feel like I'm on a panel for the Atkins diet. This is sensitive younger
With a
people. I
combined
forgot.
weight.
Yeah.
I feel like we look like we're in court and Ron is defending Sal.
That would be fucking easy because people love Sal.
That's true.
We look like we're from parts unknown, all of us.
Independent wrestling group. So you guys, we wanted to talk to you. I think probably the two most classic horror movies. They're very similar.
That's debatable, I think.
What, Psycho versus Halloween?
I don't know if they're maybe Psycho, but I don't know if it's the most classic.
I think it's an easy guess. I'm going to ask, how many people are on the Psycho team right now for Psycho?
Versus Halloween.
If you know the movie. And then, wow, that wasn't that many people. And then how about Halloween? Who goes Halloween?
I don't feel like that added up to 100%, to be honest.
I think there's some people who are just on their phones.
Yeah, they're on their phone going, you know the lady from Trainwreck? She was in this weird little fucking podcast I was in.
Oh, the lady from the Amy Schumer show was there.
But I don't know what you like. You said Halloween, but why would you put Halloween up against Psycho?
I just think it's a scarier movie, but I will give you, Psycho started, I think, the slasher genre. That I think was the original.
Would you consider it a horror movie or just a suspenseful movie?
That's a thin line. You know what I mean? Like horror, suspense, thriller. I always kind of group them together. I mean, you could break it down like into slasher, even like gore.
Yeah.
I consider there is no gore in Psycho. It's not really a slasher. It's 1960, so you're not even really allowed to show like knives piercing skin yet.
And
which
yet,
they don't.
and yet, it's still a fucking horrifying.
Super fucking scary.
Yeah. And they said that, and this played at the Paris Theater the first time it debuted. They said the number of people who pissed themselves watching that film, it was unbelievable. They said just piss was just drenching and rolling down because they had never seen anything like it, and they never saw.
Ma'am,
Yeah.
drenching,
Yes.
rolling down the.
But here was the thing. To this day, here's the star of the movie, the girl, the hero of the movie, and they kill her halfway through the fucking...
Janet Leigh, not even in it for maybe 40 minutes.
Well, I guess I'm not going to watch it now.
Oh. Just watch the second half.
Also, Janet Leigh is Jamie Lee Curtis's mom.
Wow, what a connection!
Yes. Yes.
So that's the Lee and Jamie Lee Curtis. I see where it went.
I think that's probably one of the reasons that it stands out all these years.
I have small trivia to add for Halloween.
I would love to.
But it might be a common one, but if you don't know it, it might blow your balls off.
All right.
Do you know who the Michael Myers mask is based on?
It's a great one. Does anybody know?
I don't. Yes,
the Michael Myers mask was based on a famous actor's face. It was
They took a mold from this person's face.
It's very hilarious.
They didn't know what to make of the costume. They saw some molds laying around from other actors in other movies. They turned a mold inside out and used that, and it's literally this person's face, a mold of their face.
Can anybody take a guess? Anybody want to guess who it is? Because I know who it is. Anybody want to guess?
Who?
No, you don't want to guess? John who?
John
Oh, no, the Elephant Man?
No, not John
No, that's
Merrick.
kind of a good guess.
It's
It'd
not
be a
bad.
much scarier man.
It's a hilarious answer.
Yeah.
So it's
somebody got it.
Yeah, if you go back and look at it now, you'll see it's William Shatner's face.
It's fucking Captain.
My balls just literally blew off. That hurts.
You know the thing though? Now I watch Halloween, I can't not see Shatner in Michael Myers' face. It really blows the whole
Everyone's
thing
being
up for
told by Captain Kirk the whole movie.
Exactly.
But I think that I think you probably couldn't have Halloween without Psycho, all that kind of stuff. Because you're right, that really did happen where they banned it from certain theaters.
Yeah, Boston. You couldn't show it in Boston.
Boston was like that because they didn't also
Catholics. A lot of Catholics.
Yeah.
Oh, well, The Exorcist too, right? Wasn't that the whole big controversy?
Sure.
Yes,
The
they
Exorcist
couldn't play in Boston. The only thing that could play in Boston if you had a movie where kids were being molested. Then the Catholic Church said, "This is great. I give it 2 dicks up."
Extend this run.
Yeah.
In Boston, they wouldn't even allow, back in the 60s, they wouldn't even allow Wake Up Little Susie. Because in the song, they sleep too late, they wake up, and they're not married. So they wouldn't let the radio stations play, you guys know the song Wake Up Little Susie? You know that song? They wouldn't let the radio stations play it because it implied that they slept over each other's houses.
But also the original title, and is why the Catholic Church, it was "Wake Up, Little Juicy," and they said, "We're not going to do that." They killed
That's
our
not what
Lord.
it was, Ron.
Are you saying that "Wake up, little Susie, it's time to go home"?
Yes,
Is
that
the
one.
guy wanting the girl to take a walk of shame?
Yes.
Yes.
Are you serious?
yeah.
I never knew that either.
Yeah, but with
Remember this?
together.
And no one knows this. The guy, William Shatner.
William Shatner. But do you ever listen to that whole song? Wake up, little Susie. Wake
That
up.
one.
You got cum on your titties. You got cum on your ass. You got. He's literally telling her, "I jizzed all over you."
I didn't know. I got the non-explicit lyrics.
Oh yeah, you got it. You got to get the grown-up lyrics.
A lot of songs from that time are very rapey, if you really think about it.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. It's cold outside.
Yeah.
She wants to get the fuck out of there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she's dying to get out.
Wild
And-
Horses Wouldn't Drag Me Away from rape. That's what
Okay,
it was.
that's sad.
Yeah,
But
it was
there's
implied, but
how many of those sweet little 16 songs and all that fucking
absolutely.
uncomfortable, like guys that are 30 are singing about their child brides. Fucking America. Yeah, we're making America great again. That's where we want to go back to.
Well, that brings up a good point because these two movies are known very much for their musical scores, or at least a piece.
Way to get that. Way to get us back on track. Yeah. Feels so much better being on track.
As much as I want it to be.
What do you think is more iconic, the Psycho?
It's a great question.
Psycho soundtrack, or
it's a tough one.
I would say Halloween's more known of a.
I don't even know if it's more. I'd say the overall score is better known, but you just know that.
That's stabbing sound is used by every shock jock show in American history.
Halloween also has.
That's why I think I give that one to Halloween.
I think I would too, because I think there's people who know that song who don't know the movie Halloween.
Yeah,
they just know that's creepy.
John Carpenter wrote, scored, directed.
Also, Psycho music. I don't know who knows this. Busta Rhymes sampled the Psycho, the Psycho score.
Crazy,
great song. Yeah,
Busta
Rhymes. So Busta Rhymes loves Psycho. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say my favorite's Tubular Bells from Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
That's my favorite horror score.
Is what?
Is Tubular Bells from The Exorcist.
It's how Richard Branson started his fucking career, because he owned that. And it sold 6 million fucking singles. And the record companies never, ever paid the musicians. So he started Virgin Records after that.
Is that true?
I don't know. If Ron is so good. I'm like, I don't know if he's making that up or not. I really.
Yes.
Well, there's no answer at the end. That was like a joke answer. So I'm like, oh, that must be for real.
I didn't bring up jizzing. Yet.
All right, so Halloween gets the score.
Halloween gets the score. I think as far as if you put acting, does acting matter in scary movies?
I'll tell you what,
that.
Anthony Perkins is insanely good in Psycho. It's really impressive.
Creepy.
If you've gone back and watched it recently, it's really I think he was up for Best Actor. I don't think Halloween got any acting noms.
Well, it did start a career, though. I mean, Jenny.
That's true.
And by the way, Tony Perkins. Watch him in any movie. He's the same fucking guy. There's a movie called Fear Strikes Out where he plays a New York Yankee.
Oh, that's right.
And he's a man who can't throw, swing a bat, or run. It's fucking amazing.
He's got the dress on.
Yeah. You're expecting him just to kill somebody the whole movie.
I would give... I don't know, Sal, do you want to go?
I think in horror movies, acting matters. It's got to be either really good or really bad, and that's fine.
Absolutely.
Somewhere in the middle of the road, I don't like it.
Yeah, so much of horror movies is reaction.
Yeah.
Especially, that you could even make a case, it's even harder to do because you know it's coming as an actor. You know, it's not like a genuine scare.
Yeah.
So you're getting that, you know.
How about this? What Michael Myers does in Halloween, is that acting? He literally just walks around with a mask on.
I know, he just kind of...
I could do that.
He just breathes heavy.
And he does a great job.
I do a good Mike Myers.
I honestly think that's because it's tough to breathe through that mask. There's no fucking nose holes.
It's one of those old ones with the rubber bands.
Yes, he's a suffocating man.
With the mask, they give you William Shatner's sinus problems, too, with the mask.
Yeah.
Smells like Bill Shatner in here.
Smells like not Furbies. What are they called? Squibbles from the fucking.
I don't know.
That was a really
Star
deep.
Trek.
Wow, I bombed on that
Deep
one.
cut,
Okay.
deep cut, snorts. I don't know.
I'll give you another deep cut, and this is a John Carpenter nod to Psycho because he was such a big fan and inspired his Halloween. Donald Pleasance's character is named Dr. Sam Loomis, which is Janet Leigh's boyfriend, Sam Loomis, in Psycho.
Who she's going to drive to, right?
Yeah, who she's going to meet.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
Direct
that.
nod. Nobody's impressed. All right.
There was your
That's
sister.
for the 5 nerds on the internet.
No, your sister's thrilled. Your sister's going, why did I say mask? Why did I keep saying mask?
Halloween,
Yeah.
named after the popular holiday.
Whoa!
You didn't think you'd learn something tonight, but you are. You are learning.
Sal, I'm going to ask you, because you're Catholic, not like these two. What is the day after Halloween?
All Saints Day.
Beautiful.
November 1st.
What is the day before?
All Hallows Eve.
I was gonna. Thank
Mischief
you.
Night.
Mischief Night.
What did you guys used to do on Halloween? Did you ever fuck around and?
Yo, yeah.
Mischief Night we had where I grew up, and it was fucking thrilling when I was a kid.
It is. It was.
What's it called? What is it?
Mischief Night, they call it Hell Night, someplace
Hell
Hell
Night.
Night.
You called it Hell
You said
Night,
you had
yeah.
what?
We had the best time of our lives. I mean, it was
Oh, I thought you
thrilling.
said-
So here's the thing that we used to do. We had a big fucking lamp, like a big giant flashlight, and we would and an air horn, and we would go to the railroad tracks where the car came over and hit the light and the air horn at the same time. And then it was, and people would fucking, and then and this is how different the world was. men would jump out of the car and try to hit us. Like they didn't have any fear that I'm going to hit a child. We were just running and trying to trip each other to make that person get caught.
God, that's funny.
Yeah.
That's
really funny.
phenomenal.
I just did like eggs and shaving cream. I didn't like.
Yeah,
I didn't make anyone fear for their lives. we used to put them in a sock.
Yeah.
Eggs and shaving cream in a sock, and then like people from our block used to. It was like the Sharks and the Jets. We go down like 3 blocks and just take a tube stop and whale people with eggs and stuff.
Yeah, the cool thing to do was to have like a pillowcase with like.
I was just
like,
gonna ask
you don't
you
have like a trick or treat bag anymore. You just had like that's when you knew you were like 12 or 13. It's like I don't use one of those bags. I use a pillowcase. I'm an adult.
Yeah, you didn't have the pumpkin head, the empty pumpkin, plastic pumpkin head
Yes,
anymore.
yeah.
Oh, the
I was
pumpkin head's
16. Was that too old to have the pumpkin head?
That was way too old.
To just be out. You shouldn't have even been out anymore.
Dude, I had a kid when I was 16. I don't know. I wasn't thinking about candy. I was like, where can I get a job?
I'll give you a little life hack.
Good.
If you ever go trick or treating with your kids or your nieces or yourself.
Yeah.
You take like a couple of like just small masks, like a little like
Masks.
luchador masks, or like one of those like ones with just like the rubber band on the back, and you go ring, and then you get the candy. You step away, they close the door. You just fucking take out the other mask. You ring, you double dip on every single house.
That's fucking
You
fascinating.
cover twice the amount of ground.
Yeah.
I used to come home. They used to be like, "This is impossible." I'm like, "It's quite possible."
How many luchador masks do you own?
You know, I buy them for the occasion.
Honey, another luchador here.
Yeah, and the sense of satisfaction you get when that person gives you like extra almond joys. They just gave it to you.
Yeah.
It's just fascinating. It really is
Not
fascinating.
almond joy for me.
One of the funniest videos I ever saw is this guy, and he has a little, like a kid's mannequin, a kid-sized mannequin,
It's already
and he
hilarious.
dressed it in a Spider-Man costume, and then he puts a trick-or-treating bag in the arms of the mannequin, and he just places it in front of a door and rings the doorbell. And the people come to the door, they're like, "Look at you, you're Spider-Man!" And they're like, what's your name? And they're like, "He's deaf, he can't." And then they give him candy, and then he just picks up the thing in front of the person, and puts it on his shoulder and keeps walking.
I thought that was going
lost
to get...
my shit.
I would think an extra light mask of your own would be easier.
I thought that was going to get so much darker. It's like, yeah, we dress the mannequin up and then push it into traffic.
No, but that does
Kids
happen.
too. You're like, mischief night. What do you want?
But when you go back to Halloween and Psycho, what do you think? Like, which
Back
one?
on track, I
Back
think.
on track on the
Yeah.
podcast.
You're on a
yeah.
tight ship.
What, as far as directing goes, I think you have to give it to Psycho just because it's Hitchcock.
Sure.
I think you think Psycho's the best thing Hitchcock did?
No.
No. What do you think? Rear Window, I think, is the best thing that he did.
What was the one where the fucking guy was afraid of heights?
Vertigo.
That-
Vertigo.
I saw that on TV when I was a kid. It fucking scared the shit out of me.
That one shot
Yeah.
where he's going back but
Yeah.
also going forward.
My bedroom was on the 3rd floor, and I slept on the couch for 4 fucking weeks. There's a reason, like, even today, I don't like horror that much, because it scares the fuck out of me.
Yeah,
for
I don't
real.
watch. There's movies I won't watch. Blair Witch, I never watched. I never watched Human Centipede.
Don't watch Hereditary.
What?
Has anybody seen Hereditary in here? Didn't it fuck you up for like a day or two? Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yeah, that was amazing.
That's it.
Yeah, it's insane. If you're not great with horror movies, don't just be like, we'll see
I don't
Hereditary.
like any movie that hurts a kid or an animal. I can't fucking...
Yeah.
I can't do that to this
Even
day.
in regular non-horror movies, when a dog dies, I get upset.
Totally.
I can't
the
do
same
it.
way.
Like, the same reasons I won't watch Marley and Me. The same reasons.
I was going to go, remember Fear with Mark Wahlberg? When he cuts the dog in half and then sends it through the dog. I'm like, is the dog okay? I know it's a movie, but is he all right?
Yeah. Nope, won't do it. It's too much. It's absolutely too much. So you think Hitchcock wins as far as directing goes, even though John
Hitchcock,
Carpenter.
I know. But
Yeah, and then what else is there? I think
The Fog he did.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then-
Dial M.
They Live.
Dial
Yeah.
M for Murder, I think. Or
Well, that's Hitchcock.
that's Hitchcock.
oh, Hitchcock. Yeah.
And Carpenter also did Escape from New York, right? Wasn't that his?
Yes, he did. Yeah,
And that was a movie when it came out was about New York City. Manhattan was just a jail that they sealed off. And when it came out, everyone's like, that's probably going to happen. In 1983, we're like, yup, that's going to fucking happen.
probably
This is not coming back.
It was more of a documentary than it was.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this: what's a better character name? Because they're both like Norman Bates or Michael Myers.
Oh.
Michael Myers. We got to vote for Michael Myers.
I'm going to vote.
Michael Myers has that alliteration.
I still think Hannibal Lecter.
Hannibal Lecter's strong.
Hannibal
Yeah.
Lecter, I think, wins. It just sounds scary. I think they're
Freddy Krueger is a scary
Yeah,
name.
fucking
to me.
scary name.
Also, speaking of not wanting to hurt kids, his character is a child molester who got burnt by parents that were angry about the molestation.
Right.
Yeah.
Then he comes back to kill you in your dreams. But he's still a child molester.
Right.
Like, that's his character.
And he's the main
He made
character
8
of the movie.
sequels about this guy.
All right.
Yeah, also, kids would go as him for Halloween.
As a child molester, yeah.
I never thought about that.
Like, one of his taglines was like, fresh meat. He's talking about children.
Yeah, they had store-bought costumes of him in the store. Hey, I want to go as this child molester this year.
They said that was the #1 watched movie by child molesters. They were like, this is child molesters were like, this is fucking great. We don't get a lot of movies aimed.
People were like caught up with like Freddy Krueger like after he got burned and be like, oh my God, what happened? He's like, oh man, it was molesting a lot of children, kind of caught up to me.
Yeah.
They burned me down for
Yeah.
it.
Well, it was different times. I'm not going to lie to you guys.
The old-fashioned days.
Yeah.
When molesting children was okay.
So Janet Leigh, of course, was Jamie Lee Curtis's
Mom. Yeah.
Now, when I was doing radio in Florida, I had Janet Leigh on my show.
Really?
And this might be hard to believe, but I used to like to stay up at night and snort a lot of coke. So I'm doing the show, and my producer at the time, this woman, handed me a note that said when Janet Leigh was on the Oprah show, she brought up that her daughter was born a hermaphrodite and had to be fixed, right? So I take it.
It's true.
I'm not
didn't know
fucking.
that
I
about
didn't do
Jamie Lee?
any.
Yeah.
So I said, so when you were on the Oprah show, you brought up the fact that your daughter was born a hermaphrodite, and she fucking lost her shit. She fucking lost her shit. And I'm like, look at this. I'm like, where does that come from? This is outrageous. This is the worst. And I'm like, look at the fucking note I was just handed.
Yeah, you got weird Coke energy too. You're like, look,
Yeah,
it was
yeah.
me. I didn't hear it. I don't know.
I fucking, it was like being in a fucking fever dream to have this.
But why did she go crazy? Did she made it
Because
public?
she didn't do this. It's a fucking myth. It's an urban myth.
I missed that part of the story.
Yes, Christopher Guest is not going to marry a hermaphrodite. That's not going to happen.
Oh, so it's not true?
No.
Wait, so why did you get the note? That the producer just heard it?
The producer heard
It's
a
so-
fucking urban myth and handed it to
It's
me.
so specific, though, that she said it on Oprah.
Right.
That's how you get an urban myth through. You
Right.
include Oprah.
Also,
One time Oprah almost died from having Coca-Cola and Pop Rocks.
What
Yeah,
you
there's
say,
all
she
other
overate?
urban legends.
was
it?
it?
No, I was going to say it wasn't. Mikey Likes It was the kid who died from that.
the Pop Rocks.
Mikey yeah.
There's not a single thing that children tell each other that is true.
Oh, but with such conviction.
Yes,
it's
everything
the greatest.
kids say, and they even lie a little more. Like my cousin saw it go down, and they're always a lie.
Yeah, they make it
Rod
up.
Stewart did not drink so much jizz that he had to have his stomach pumped. Because
I thought that was Little Kim.
yeah, a little
Yeah,
Kim.
everybody else heard that one?
No, I heard Rod
They
Stewart.
switch it around.
Did I make that one up?
Depends
Also,
what playground
there's
you're on. Who's talking about it?
Yeah.
The number one urban legend might be the Richard Gere one, I think.
Oh, sure.
The gerbil up the butt, I think that was. And that's scarier than any scary
That was
movie
not
ever.
Pee Wee Herman. How dare you, ma'am?
Pee Wee Herman
Pee Wee
jerked off in the movie theater. Get your stuff
And
straight.
that's a
Your sexual,
fact.
get your sexual deviancy straight.
So you heard it with Pee Wee.
You see, they just switch the celebrity every 10 years,
Right.
But it's the same story.
What a great defend your movie that would be. Like, we get Pee Wee in here, we're like, defend the movie you got when you got caught jerking off.
That was
in the movie.
yeah. That was Friday the 13th. That was the story of a child molester.
The urban legends for Halloween were big too, like the trick or treating, the razor blades and the apples.
Oh,
Did you guys-
yeah.
Oh,
The razor
needles.
blades.
Needles in like the Milky
razor
Way.
blades.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
You
mom used to make us check for years.
open up the candy and
Just
stuff.
like crush M&Ms. Like she got ridiculous because like you can't fit a razor blade in an M&M. But try telling her that.
It's a very tiny razor blade, Sal.
He said,
Okay.
be careful, so take off that luchador mask. I'm crushing these up. This actually happened to me when I was a kid. I went out to a house. The guy gave me a packet of razor blades, but he had put apple in there. So later when I was shaving, Sal, it was horrifying. It was fucking horrifying.
No,
You didn't ask for that vitamin C.
I smelled like Granny Smith for a week.
Well, one thing that happened every single year, not even a Halloween in my neighborhood, was, and I don't know if this is, I truly don't know if this is relatable or universal, but people used to go, there's a van going around the neighborhood picking up kids.
Yeah.
Just a van. Like, that was all the details.
Well, it was crazy. When we were still really young, my dad drove us around in a van from house to house. Here he comes, run! You're like, free candy for us, bitches. Thanks, Joe.
Was it
Scare the whole
you and your sister in the back?
Yeah, she was just like, masks, I don't know, what am I doing?
Let's go back to the matchup here.
Yeah, good.
If you had to give one, because you're a Halloween guy. If
I'm
you
a
had to give
Halloween guy.
one
I just think it's when it comes down to it, it's just scarier to me than Psycho. It just
Really?
has that edge.
You think it's a scary movie?
It's a scary movie.
Yeah.
Where I think so much of Psycho is once you've seen it, you just know when it's going to come, and you know the one scene, you know the reveal.
Here's the thing, too. In Psycho, she steals money just by taking... She's supposed to be going to the bank. She drives away. It's not even that evil. There's nothing that's thought of it. Then she drives from her house to the Bates Motel. It takes 2 hours, and that shot is done in real fucking time. Go back and watch. She's just driving and driving. People back in the 50s were like, this is air conditioning in here. This is fucking...
What is that, a Chevy mainline?
But
How fast does that go?
It's so hard to watch now.
It's just a Ford commercial.
Yeah. But I guarantee you this. They're making this remake of Halloween. And I normally hate remakes, but the Rough House guys are making it.
Yeah,
the same
Danny
guys,
McBride wrote it.
and his whole crew. And it's going to be a better fucking movie.
Well,
I
that's a
guarantee
great
it.
question, because Psycho has maybe one of the worst
remakes
of
in
all
the
time.
world. Do you guys know
Speaking
about the
of-
Psycho remake? Has
It
anybody
was
seen
Gus
it?
Van Sant and Vince Vaughn, which is, dream team and anywhere else. But
I'm going to do this check. Anybody here have Netflix? Anybody?
no.
What are you, YouTube watchers?
Are you guys all Amish? Is that what's happening? There's like no. It's like, how about this movie? Nope, haven't seen it.
No.
The thing I didn't get about the Psycho remake was they did a shot for shot.
Shot for
Right.
shot.
Which
Shot
I don't
for shot.
get what the end game is there.
I think because Hitchcock was so deliberate, every shot was so deliberate.
Yeah.
That was the gimmick. It was like, we're going to try to redo what he did. But it showed that he actually had some natural talent because it was really shitty.
But the guy who directed that movie, I think he won an Oscar for other stuff, right? I mean,
Gus Van
Gus
Sant
Van Sant.
for Good Will Hunting.
Yeah. So he's a great director. But he's just did something you would do in college.
Yeah.
And the only change they made is that I think they make it more obvious that he's jerking off through the people in Psycho.
Yeah.
Vince Vaughn is
that warrants a rewatch.
Yeah. When the cum hit the keyhole, I'm like, oh my God, this is a great movie.
Sal, what would you say is the reason that you're a Halloween guy, pretty much? What would you say the Halloween? Why is it better for you?
Like what Andy said, I think it's just scarier. It's more of a slasher flick to me than a suspenseful. Yeah. I think, Psycho's more a suspenseful classic movie. And I watched that and it was scary too. But like, as a kid, I grew up in the Halloween, Friday the 13th, and what's the other one? No, Sixth Sense.
It's not word association anymore.
Freddy Krueger, Nightmare on Elm Street. Those were the three big ones
Oh,
for
yeah,
me
yeah.
growing
Nightmare on
up.
Elm Street.
Even like
Yeah.
Hellraiser scared the shit out of me. The guy with the pins.
Yeah.
Pinhead.
Pinhead.
Yeah.
That's more related to those. That's why you like it better.
Yeah, I saw Nightmare on Elm Street. I saw the first one on VHS, and my dad was like, "You shouldn't watch it." And then we had friends over. I'm like, "Yeah, we'll just watch it. I'll be cool." And I watched it, and I'm not even kidding around. For probably like a good year and a half, I had to beg my parents to sleep with the lights on in the hallway, and me and my sister had bunk beds. She was on the bottom, right? Yeah. She didn't give a shit about the movie, and I was literally scared every night. That's 600 days of going to bed, sweating bullets, thinking I wasn't going to come out the other end alive. That's 600 days of that. Imagine as a child being like 10,
The electric
and every
bill.
night being like, "Whoa, this might be the night this fucking child molester comes and rapes me and then stabs me." And I used to have literally an understanding with my sister, right? So I used to say, this was like our shorthand, right? Yeah. But what it meant was that any time during the night, if I freaked the fuck out, please give me some comfort, right? So I used to say, right when we went to bed, I used to say, Dana, will you answer me? And that just meant like at any time tonight, if I was like, excuse me,
really leaving yourself open there.
Would you please wake up and then just tell me you're down there and that I'm not about to get raped? And Dana was cool. Dana did it, but when Dana had an issue with me, she didn't answer. It was a mean bitch thing to do. But I'd be like, Day, and then she'd just be silent. I'd be like, Dana, and I'd freak out and I'd go to look down, and she'd just be laying there with her fucking eyes wide open. Like, yeah, you're gonna get yours.
You know?
Did she ever throw you? There is no Dana.
Yeah.
Only Zool.
They want you guys like, Dana's not here right now.
Let's just fucking admit this. Sal is adorable. He was the most precious kid.
You want to just hug him?
That was a fucking adorable Italian
I don't think I've ever said that out loud, actually.
Italians
Never.
are so fucking sensitive. I can't believe it. I don't know how you guys...
Shit, maybe I should talk about that on stage.
I don't know how you guys shoot your cousins in the back of their head. You're so fucking adorable. That was so cute.
So on the other side of things, Ron, why would you pick Psycho?
How can I go against the 600 Knights pissing the bed down on Day? Look, I'll just say this. Fucking Hitchcock was first.
Yep.
There's a reason we have Columbus Day and not the guy who came 15 years after Columbus. Does anybody remember who that was? Gus Van Sant.
Well, let's end it there, fellas. Thank you so much for doing it.
John Vulcano.
Let's hear it for Ron Bennington. Vulcano, everybody.
Thank you guys so much for coming on.
You guys, did you guys have a good time tonight? What do you say? Yes? We can't thank you guys enough for checking out the podcast. It's on iTunes if you want to check it out. We have a bunch of episodes you can listen to. We want to thank the Comedy Cellar. Thank your waitstaff. Let's hear it for your waitstaff.
Let's give them a round of applause. There's our producer, Alex. Thanks, buddy.
And let's thank Andy Fury for hosting.
Thank you, everybody. Sean Donnelly, he created this. I'm just along for the ride.
And yeah, man. So we'll see you on the podcast. Bye.
Thanks, guys.
So much. Bye.
Good night.